Hi everyone, welcome to Building a Brand. On this episode, we have Ayobami Akimuga. He is a key player at Ace Media, one of our partners, our marketing partner. And this episode, we're going to be talking about the role of branding in basically growing your business on social media, how branding affects that and how it impacts your business. So Ayo, how are you doing? How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Nice. So I'm just going to ask you a series of questions, just drive the conversation. I can also chip in one here and there. So my first question for you is, how does branding exactly impact customer perception on social media? I think that's like the foundation of social media, because then social media is about attracting the eyeballs, getting a lot of people to see, what you're doing. So how does branding impact their perception? Like, how do you think about you as a business on social media?
Okay, so branding, when you say how does it affect perception, the real idea behind branding is perception. I mean, what branding does for your business is making sure your clients or your customers see you in a particular way, which is perception. Yeah, the perception your clients have affects their purchasing decision. Branding can go down to as deep as how that affects them psychologically. That's how deep branding can be. And most of the world-class brands you see, they go deep down to brand their products exceptionally and in unforgettable ways that affects the psychological part when you want to make a purchasing decision. The whole idea of running a business is for you to make profit, for you to sell. So branding is just a way to make your customers see you in a particular light, how you determine for them to see you. And social media is the nearest tool that connects your product to your customers. So if you want to, and again, social media is so beautiful now because you can see on social media, you can hear on social media. And those two senses are the most important senses when you want to sell. Because let me give an example. If Coke wants to release a new Coke Zero Plus Plus, not everybody will have access to taste the Coke Zero Plus Plus, which is the third sense when it comes to purchasing decision. But it is easier for them to see the Coke Zero. That's where saying comes. Exactly. That's where the branding comes. So you see, social media is good for saying, social media is good for hearing. I mean, word of mouth. So it's easier to convince via social media, especially from the branding perspective. So branding on social media is very important. Perception, that's the key foundation for any form of branding you're doing. Perception.
Okay, I think you've actually touched on a bit of probably the third question I had, but I think we need to break it down. So let's say, for example, LinkedIn, there's Instagram, there's YouTube. So what would you say are key elements that can carry strong brand perception on social media?
Okay, key elements for a strong brand presence. Let me just put it this way. First, as a business, let me start from the simplest way. Your logo, what's the logo saying? What is your brand message saying? What message are you passing as a brand? Or what message do you want to pass as a brand? What do you want to stand for? What's the brand story? I mean, storytelling is very, very important. It's something people need to imbibe in their branding now. So what is your brand story all about? I mean, what's your selling story basically? Your voice, What is the tone of your brand voice? Do you want to be compelling? Do you want to be emotional? Like, you don't run a cane line and you're sounding compelling, or you don't have some sort of emotional touch to your brand voice, or you don't have a brand story that tells them how they can use the skincare and there's some sort of conversion for them. Most importantly, your brand identity. These are the things you need to put into cognizance when you want to have a strong brand presence. I mean, very cool combination of the logo, the message, story, voice, identity would go a long way, basically.
Yeah, you mentioned storytelling. So storytelling has been something that, in the design space, though, it's been something that has been in talks, especially on Twitter, actually. And storytelling, they say, is the best way to communicate as a brand. So would you say that consistent storytelling affects brand loyalty? Or how exactly do we use storytelling as a strategy to boost brand loyalty to the point where our customers are marketing for social media?
Yeah, consistent storytelling can be equal to just how Super Story gathered their viewership over the years, or what episodes do to series. Basically, that's what consistent storytelling does. When you are consistent to your storytelling, first, storytelling makes your brand relatable. Second, storytelling creates like a very good customer journey and a good product journey too. Customer journey and product journey are different. Storytelling builds a community for you basically, because they want to follow up on your brand story. You want to follow up on the story of the product. You want to follow up on what you're trying to sell or what you stand for. Yeah, so in short, the best thing anyone can have as a business is a community. So storytelling builds a very firm community for you, because when you have a community, you probably even spend less on marketing, because those community guys, they become your ambassadors willingly. They push the products for you without even paying. And the best form of marketing, honestly, is word of mouth. So imagine you have 100 people selling your product, word of mouth, organically. You can imagine the progress that we've made. And that comes from community, and storytelling leads to community, leads to very firm word of mouth, which leads to organic marketing, which at the end of the day leads to very, very strong revenue. So consistent storytelling is very, very key.
Yeah. I would say that storytelling, one major or best way that you can use it on social media is literally Instagram Reels, because it's more easy to consume stories when they are in video format. So whenever you're sharing a story, maybe it's of how things happen in your office today, or how you had a consultation with the client, or whatever it is that you want to share, video format on social media, I think is a great way to easily and quickly connect to potential customers and audiences to build brand loyalty. There's something that's very important, which is actually the data side of things, measuring the impact of social media as a brand and as a business. So what would you say are like key metrics that one can look out for when it comes to measuring progress, impact, results, to see how their branding efforts are affecting their business? Okay, maybe I've been posting and being active on social media for like 6 months, but I want to improve. So like, what kind of data metrics can a business now look out for to help them make decisions as their business grows?
Okay. I mean, Mark and everybody involved has made it easier for us. Yeah. So, I mean, there are insights everywhere. There are insights, there are impressions everywhere. Like, I mean, I used to tell people, the most important thing in marketing is really data. Like, that's what makes you know what you are doing. Because truth be told, in marketing, there are a lot of things that you may try to play with trial and error, and you may keep on trying different things. I'm trying to look for what fits in for you, especially if you're a small business owner. You need to be looking at the data to know the response of what you're doing, so you don't keep doing the wrong thing, or you don't miss out on the good thing that you could have stayed on doing to give you effective results. So impressions, insights, they are very important things you need to look at. I mean, all the apps now have insights, have impressions. As far as where your audience is from, I mean, there are a lot of business decisions you can take from those insights. Where your audience is from, your demography, the age, there are a lot of things that goes on from your insights from all your social media applications, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. I think daily business, I know that doesn't show insights now. It's just, I don't know if WhatsApp business shows insight, but
no, except people that view your story or status.
Exactly. That's when that doesn't show a lot of insights as deep as how many people click your link, something like that. But all that is showing insight. So anytime you are trying to market or you're working with a market company, I mean, you should ask for insights. If you are trying to manage your personal brand, you need to check up on those insights to know what the responses of people are to any marketing step you're taking.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, there's something I actually want to share. How user data has actually helped me in the past to make a decision on like what new product to introduce. That's like cater for a different market. So most of these metrics that I analyzed were from the people who had been visiting and like coming across our social media. So I looked at people who have made inquiries via DM, people who have clicked our links, like where they are from, and then also even people who filled our form, because there's obviously link in bio and then you have forms there. So people who have filled forms and like probably inquired something through a form. And then I just go back and like study. If it's just a general demographics, go online and study, okay, this type of people are attracted or they need this kind of solution. And I was able to come up with a new product that catered to a market that isn't so high on capital for them to be able to hire professionals to grow their business. So I think insights, yes, like you said, is actually a great place to get enough data. The last question that I have is on tools, because there are lots of tools, okay, like planning tools, scheduling tools, and then like so many other tools that people have talked about. But what would you say would be like your best recommendation for someone who's like just starting out with active brand building through social media? What tools do you think that they can use to kind of make things easier for them, or tools if they're more than one?
So it depends on what I'm looking to achieve. That's what literally determines the tool I'm using. So if I'm looking to like plan my posts, I can use a post planner. If I'm looking to like do quick designs, I can use Canva. If I'm looking to like get analytics from my website, I can use Google Analytics. So the first question that comes in mind when I get at this one is, what exactly do I want to achieve? That's the starting point. So anyone that wants to get it, so that's the first question you should be asking. So what am I looking to achieve? Do I want to plan my posts? Do I want to schedule my posts? Do I want to better design? Do I want to edit my videos? So that should be the starting point.
Hey, that makes sense. For me, I've always been using Airtable for practically everything. So like planning and then actually managing people who design for social media and stuff like that. So because of the features on being able to have multiple people work on the same document, it's that way. I would also say Google Docs is not a bad for easy documentation of stuff for like people if you have a team. But if it's just you, I think Airtable is a great. Then also, like you said, Google Analytics. So if you happen to have a website, Google Analytics is something that will help to give enough data to manage and like make better decisions down the line. So it's been insightful, and I'm sure some people might already know some of these things, but if you're hearing this again and you're not hearing it for the first time, then this means that you should actually take actions to set things up for your business properly, and no more winging it on social media. Actually have like a clear direction and a clear brand so that your business grows properly and grows smoothly in the right direction. Thank you so much, Ayo, for being here with us today. It's been lovely. If you guys need any help with your branding and marketing as a business, you can always reach out to us. There will be a link in the description for you to fill a form and like make inquiries when necessary. We'll see you guys in our next episode. Before we go, Ayo, do you want to say anything to our listeners? A little motivation.
I never want to be more intentional about our marketing. Personal brand to business brand. Try and error work sometimes, but not always. Try to be intentional with marketing. Because when you do that, you're definitely going to see results. I mean, sometimes the result won't come instantly, but you notice some sort of change. And as time goes on, you see very good results. Things you can watch out for aside from the impressions inside we said. Is a community built as a result of marketing, a community of guys that are interested in products and all.
Hey, thank you so much, Bill, for what encouragement. And with that, we'll close this episode and we'll see you guys in our next one. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Thanks.